Have you ever pondered the true sustainability of electric vehicles? It's a question that's been buzzing around in recent years. As we sail into the era of electric vehicles, or EVs as they're often called, we're confronted with a paradox. On one side, we have the allure of these sleek, emissions-free machines that promise to revolutionize our roads. On the other, we have a nagging question. How sustainable are they really? Are we merely swapping one set of environmental concerns for another? As the popularity of electric vehicles skyrockets, so do the debates around their actual sustainability. This video aims to shed light on this pressing topic. We'll be comparing and contrasting electric vehicles with their traditional fuel counterparts, exploring their environmental impact from production to end of life. So, are electric vehicles really the eco-friendly choice they're touted to be? Let's delve deeper. To start, we need to understand the fundamental differences between electric and traditional fuel vehicles. The key to comprehending these differences lies in the core of their operations, the powertrain. A traditional fuel vehicle, or an internal combustion engine vehicle, operates using a mix of air and fuel, typically gasoline or diesel. The engine combines the fuel and air, igniting them to create a small explosion. This explosion pushes a piston, which in turn rotates the car's wheels through a series of mechanical linkages. The exhaust gases are then expelled out of the vehicle, contributing to air pollution. On the other hand, an electric vehicle, or EV, operates quite differently. Instead of an internal combustion engine, an electric vehicle uses a battery pack to store electricity. This electricity is used to power an electric motor, which directly drives the wheels. The process is much simpler and cleaner as there are no exhaust gases produced. The electricity used to charge the battery can come from a variety of sources, including renewable energy like solar or wind power. The regenerative braking system is another unique feature of electric vehicles. When you apply the brakes in a traditional car, the energy is wasted as heat. However, in an electric vehicle, the braking system can actually recapture some of this energy and use it to recharge the battery. This contributes to the overall efficiency of the vehicle. One common myth is that electric vehicles don't have transmissions. While it's true that many electric cars use a single-speed gearbox, this doesn't mean they lack a transmission. Rather, they utilize a more streamlined and efficient transmission system compared to their traditional counterparts. In terms of maintenance, electric vehicles generally require less upkeep than traditional vehicles. They have fewer moving parts, less fluids to change, and no exhaust systems to maintain. However, battery replacement can be a significant cost that is unique to electric vehicles. Knowing these basics, we can now delve into the heart of the matter, their sustainability. First, let's tackle the sustainability of traditional fuel vehicles. These vehicles, running on petroleum products like gasoline and diesel, have been the dominant form of transport for over a century. But what's the environmental cost? The journey of traditional fuels starts deep within the earth. The extraction process, whether it's drilling for oil or mining for coal, is energy-intensive and disruptive to ecosystems. Once extracted, these raw materials must be transported, often over long distances, to refineries. Here, more energy is expended to convert them into usable fuels, producing waste products that can pollute waterways. Then comes the burning of these fuels in vehicles. This combustion process releases carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas, contributing to global warming. Not to mention other harmful pollutants like nitrogen oxides and particulates, which degrade air quality and can have serious health impacts. The lifetime emissions of a traditional vehicle don't end when the ignition is turned off. At the end of their lifespan, these vehicles must be disposed of. While many parts can be recycled, others end up in landfills, contributing to waste. Moreover, the recycling process itself requires energy and can generate pollution. All these factors highlight the substantial environmental footprint of traditional fuel vehicles. From the extraction of fossil fuels, their refinement, operation of the vehicle, and eventual disposal, each stage has significant environmental implications. The reality is, despite advancements in fuel efficiency and emission controls, the inherent nature of traditional fuel vehicles means they are a significant source of greenhouse gases and other pollutants. So, the question remains, can we continue to depend on these vehicles knowing the environmental costs? Or should we be looking for alternatives like electric vehicles that promise a cleaner, more sustainable future? Clearly, traditional fuel vehicles have significant environmental implications, but how do electric vehicles compare? As we continue this discussion, we'll dive into the world of electric vehicles in the next scene, exploring their sustainability, benefits, and potential drawbacks. Now, let's turn our attention to electric vehicles. Electric vehicles, or EVs, have been hailed as the white knights of sustainable transportation. But are they truly as green as they're made out to be? Let's take a closer look. First, let's consider the production process. The manufacturing of an electric vehicle, particularly the battery, is more resource-intensive than that of a traditional car. The lithium, cobalt, and nickel that go into these batteries are mined, often under less than ideal environmental conditions. This process not only uses a significant amount of energy, but also contributes to air and water pollution. Next, let's consider the source of the electricity that powers these vehicles. If the electricity comes from a coal-fired power plant, then the carbon emissions associated with charging the vehicle could be substantial. However, if the electricity is sourced from renewable energy, like wind or solar, then the carbon footprint is significantly reduced. So, the sustainability of an electric vehicle largely depends on the source of its power. Then there's the issue of battery disposal. Electric vehicle batteries are large, heavy, and packed with valuable materials. However, recycling these batteries is complex and energy-intensive. While advancements are being made in this area, it remains a significant challenge. Despite these concerns, it's crucial to remember that electric vehicles have significant environmental benefits. They produce zero tailpipe emissions, which is a major advantage in urban areas where air quality is a concern. Furthermore, as the grid becomes greener, the emissions associated with charging these vehicles will decrease. Moreover, the efficiency of electric vehicles is far superior to that of traditional cars. They convert over 3/4 of the electrical energy from the grid to power at the wheels, while conventional cars only convert about 20% of the energy stored in gasoline. So, it seems electric vehicles have their own set of sustainability challenges. However, with ongoing innovation and a shift towards renewable energy sources, they have the potential to be a key player in the transition towards a more sustainable transportation future. Having compared both, it's time for a verdict. We've delved into the nitty-gritty of both traditional fuel vehicles and electric vehicles, examining their sustainability from multiple angles. As we've seen, it's a complex issue with no clear-cut answers. Let's revisit the main points. Traditional vehicles, with their reliance on fossil fuels, contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. The extraction, refinement, and burning of these fuels all contribute to environmental degradation and climate change. However, they have a well-established infrastructure and are currently more efficient in terms of energy conversion. On the flip side, electric vehicles, while boasting zero tailpipe emissions, carry their own set of environmental concerns. The production of their batteries, often involving rare earth minerals, and the source of electricity used for charging can significantly impact their overall sustainability. Yet, it's important to remember that these issues are not inherent to the concept of electric vehicles, but rather are tied to the current state of technology and energy production. This brings us to the potential of electric vehicles. If charged using renewable energy sources, electric vehicles could significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And with advancements in technology, the environmental impact of battery production could be mitigated. Recycling or reusing batteries, a practice that's already gaining traction, further enhances the sustainability of electric vehicles. So where does this leave us? It's clear that neither option is perfect. Both have their pros and cons, and both have room for improvement. But when we look at the potential, the ability to evolve and adapt, it's electric vehicles that hold the most promise. With the right practices and policies in place, electric vehicles could indeed be a major player in a more sustainable future. While not a perfect solution, electric vehicles do hold promise for a more sustainable future. So, we've come a long way in our discussion today. We've delved into the basics of electric and traditional vehicles and dissected their sustainability aspects. We've unearthed that, while traditional fuel vehicles have their own set of environmental impacts, electric vehicles, though not perfect, offer a promising path towards a more sustainable future. We've also realized that it is not just about choosing between electric and traditional vehicles, but about understanding the broader ecosystem, from production to disposal, from energy sources to recycling systems. Remember, every choice we make leaves an imprint on our planet. It's important to not just take this video as the ultimate answer, but to use it as a stepping stone, to do your own research, to ask questions, to make informed decisions about your vehicle choices. Thank you for joining this discussion on the sustainability of electric vehicles. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with others. Until next time, keep pondering the big questions.